Welcome to Wise Woo Wealthy, where business meets wisdom, intuition, and limitless potential. This is a space for entrepreneurs ready to elevate their impact, align with their purpose, and create wealth on their terms. Tune in for the inspiration, strategy, and soulful insights you need to build a brand and a life that's wildly fulfilling. I'm your host, Maria Von Loesch, the Birkin of Branding. Now let's get this party started. Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy to be here launching this podcast, Wise Woo Wealthy. I'm Maria Von Loesch, the Birkin of Branding. That is my new tag, and I'm sticking to it for now. But this is a perfect example of what I'm here to talk about with you today. Oh my goodness, I'm using two very big in the news public figures in the US. You might kind of know who I may be alluding to, but I am using them as an example for you on personal brand and marketing and the best ways to do this by following some examples. This isn't, political episode. It's not about who did what right, who did what wrong. I just want to give you some insight and some takeaways because I know personal brand can be somewhat ambiguous and elusive. And we get the checklist. I've given out the checklist. You've gotten the checklist, what personal brand is. We've got the checklist, what marketing is, we've got the checklist. But how do we apply that? Like, how do we really apply that into our own personal brand and our marketing? That's why I want to use Trump and Harris as examples because it's very digestible. I know it'll be tangible for you. It'll just click. So let's get into it because I'm not trying to make this all drawn out and, go on and start rambling, which I can easily do. And besides, I'm kind of hungry and I need to go, make some lunch here in a bit. Okay. Let's talk about time. So Trump had time on his side. He has been campaigning for 4 years. Unfortunately, Harris got through into the ring in the mix and only had 3 months. She did a great job at, rallying and getting everything together and putting, her brand strategy together and marketing, but it wasn't enough time. And this is why you have to be in it for the long game. So think about a moment where you've launched something, you've either launched a product or a service or both, but you've came out of the gates, you felt pretty good about your brand and your business, and you're like, okay, I'm launching this. And you get out, and it's been a couple weeks, then a month, maybe 2 months goes by, and you're like, gosh, dang it. No one's paying attention to me. Nothing, there's no sales coming in. I'm not attracting any new buyers or clients. I'm no new followers. I'm not really like cultivating my people, my audience, my tribe, my community. What the heck is happening? And that is because it is all about the long game. I have a perfect example. I challenged myself to shop my closet for 365 days in a row for one entire year. And I had to blog about it every single day on my personal blog. And it was like a diary entry. Plus, I shot photos of the outfits that I shopped from my closet. So I did this every day for an entire year. And let me tell you, that gained so much traction. And that's really what put my personal brand on the map again, was because of that challenge. But it was for an entire year. So just think about that. I have to remind myself of that. There are times where, I'm launching a course or a program and I come out of the gates. I'm so excited about the branding that I've done, the content that I've created around it. And I'm like, yes, this is so exciting. People are going to love it. And, get a few inquiries here and there. But that's only because I did it for like a week or two, and I'm expecting all these major results. The long game. Trump had 4 years, Harris had 3 months. Think about that. Okay. So I know we love immediate gratification. I know I do. Like, I want it when I want it and I want it instantly. And it just doesn't happen like that, especially when you're building a brand that you want to create as a legacy. You want something that's, sustainable and long term and has legs. All right, number two, let's talk about messaging. And we want something that's snappy, snazzy, top of mind, people remember you for. Messaging can be a lot of things, right? Is it a slogan? Is it a tagline? Is it a statement? Is it a mission? What is the messaging about? In this case, I am going to use Trump and Harris messaging as examples. They had a few taglines that they were using. So Trump had Make America Great Again. Tagline, you can remember it, it's easy. Harris had a few taglines. I think she had maybe like five. One of the ones that she used the most was We're Not Going Back. But she did use A New Way Forward. She used For the People. And then there was a few other ones. For Harris, if she would have stuck with one of the tags, it would have been strategically better for her, especially because she had such a shorter window to campaign. But because she had so many tags she was using, and I'm assuming the reason why is because she was trying to hit a lot of different audiences, and that really diluted her personal brand. So that goes into the next number three topic that I want to talk about, the point I want to talk about, which I feel like is a really biggie. But before I go into that, messaging. Yes, you're going to sound like a broken record. You're going to talk about the same thing over and over again. And a lot of people say, oh, this is your niche. It's not necessarily your niche per se. What is the message that you want to convey to really attract your most aligned and empowered clients and audience? Okay, so let's think about that. Okay, now with that said, so that goes perfectly into point number three that I want to make is attracting your most aligned and empowered clients and audience. People that are going to follow you, that are going to be super fans, that are going to buy from you, those people. And I love this saying is that, when you're not attracting, you're repelling. It could be vice versa. When you're repelling, you're attracting, either way. Trump did a good job at repelling a lot of people. But on the flip side, he attracted his most aligned and empowered people because he played into, pain points really well. He knew his ideal target really well. And he was just being authentically him, whether you like him or not. He built that like trust factor. The people who he attracted, his aligned audience, they felt like they could trust him because he was being real. He was being authentic. And he said things. He was like, I don't effing care. I'm going to say these things, and if you don't like it, then you're not my people. So there's something to be said about that. And with Harris, she wanted to really speak to everybody. She was not about repelling anyone at all. She just maybe because she thought, she only had this short window. So she wanted to just speak to the masses and try to really get everybody to align with her. And again, when you do that, you dilute your brand. Really, you do. Point three is if you're trying to speak to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. So what you attract, you repel, and vice versa. And that's where you're really going to find your aligned and empowered clients. And that is just speaking to that specific person. And if somebody leaves you a hate comment or unfollows you, that's because those aren't your people, and that's okay. And you actually want that to happen. I'm not saying that you need to go out and be an a-hole and all of that, but if that's part of your personal brand, go for it. So, anyway, let's just recap really quick. So, the 3 points that I wanted to make here using Trump and Harris as examples for your personal brand and your content marketing, and how you can take some of these and implement it into your personal branding is first time, the long game. You need to play the long game and be consistent. And I know that is like the worst thing to hear ever, but it is so true and it really does work. Okay, the second point is messaging. The messaging that really stays top of mind, whether it's a tagline or a slogan or a brand statement, you need to have your messaging dialed in so people remember that about you. And the third point is attracting your most aligned client. And that is all about, you know, attracting and repelling. So, not speaking to everybody because then you're speaking to no one. Okay, that's what I've got for you today. I know it sounds like it's very simple, it's basic, and it kind of really is. You don't have to make it super complicated. I know that I like to overanalyze and overcomplicate things. So, I hope this helps, and I will dive deeper into these points more and give you some more strategies and ways to make it make sense for your personal brand. So if you like this episode, please subscribe and don't forget to follow me at Maria Von Loesch and at Wise Woo Wealthy has an Instagram now. We are going to start sharing some of the podcast episodes, and I will be having guests eventually. But for now, it's just me doing these solo episodes. So I'm really glad that you are here. And if you have a comment you want to leave, I would love that. Drop me a DM, rate this episode, all the things. Okay, until next time.